King Charles has issued a statement following the death of Pope Francis at the age of 88. King Charles has issued a heartfelt statement following the death of Pope Francis at the age of 88 on Monday, the 21st of April. In the statement, which was released by Buckingham Palace, His Majesty wrote, "My wife and I were most deeply saddened to learn of the death of Pope Francis. Our heavy hearts have been somewhat eased, however, to know that His Holiness was able to share an Easter greeting with the Church and the world he served with such devotion throughout his life and ministry. His Holiness will be remembered for his compassion, his concern for the unity of the Church, and for his tireless commitment to the common causes of all people of faith, and to those of goodwill who work for the benefit of others." The King continued, "His belief that care for creation is an existential expression of faith in God resounded with so many across the world. Through his work and care for both people and planet, he profoundly touched the lives of so many. The Queen and I remember with particular affection our meetings with His Holiness over the years, and we were greatly moved to have been able to visit him earlier in the month. We send our most heartfelt condolences and profound sympathy to the Church he served with such resolve, and to the countless people around the world who, inspired by his life, will be mourning the devastating loss of this faithful follower of Jesus Christ." While no details about which member of the royal family will attend the Pope's funeral have emerged, it is understood that the Union flag will be flown at half-mast above royal residences, and somber music will be played during Monday's changing of the guard to take account of the sadness of the occasion. The King's final meeting with the Holy Father came just 13 days ago during his and Queen Camilla's state visit to Italy. The private meeting, which took place on the 10th of April, saw the royal couple both wear black, as is protocol to meet the pontiff, with the Queen bending to greet him and the King stood clutching a red box. At the time, the Pope didn't appear to be wearing an oxygen tube, after he had previously been pictured wearing one after a surprise appearance at St. Peter's Square. News of the meeting was later released, with a Buckingham Palace spokesperson saying, "Their Majesties were delighted the Pope was well enough to host them, and to have had the opportunity to share their best wishes in person." Following the death of Pope Francis, the Vatican's Camerlengo Cardinal Kevin Farrell said, "His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of His Church," Cardinal Farrell said in the announcement. "He taught us to live the values of the Gospel with faithfulness, courage, and universal love, especially for the poorest and most marginalized. With immense gratitude for his example as a true disciple of the Lord Jesus, we commend the soul of Pope Francis to the infinite, merciful love of God." 1 and Tribune. Another royal tribute came from King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. Writing on Instagram alongside a picture of Pope Francis, the couple said, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis. We have warm memories of our personal audience with him, during our state visit to the Holy See in 2017. Pope Francis radiated mercy in everything he did. With his deep-rooted faith in God's love, he was the embodiment of benevolence and humanity. Choosing a simple, ascetic way of life, he consistently chose the side of the vulnerable and needy. He was deeply convinced that God works through humility and compassion, and in that spirit he actively sought to build bridges with other religious communities all over the world. He was a committed guardian of the listening and loving Church, and as a result he succeeded in winning the hearts of many, both within the Roman Catholic Church and outside it. We will cherish his memory in gratitude.